Hi there, people. This is Spray Love, and today we talk about Virgin Island Water by Creed. And yeah, I don't pronounce it that much well, but anyway, English is not my native language, so um, let's talk about Virgin Island Water. This fragrance by Creed is probably one of my favorite Creed fragrance. Um, it's a vacation fragrance. It's kind of a summer vacation fragrance, kind of a beachy vibe. Okay, so it's a fragrance that has like this coconut water vibe that's going on, but also kind of a baby powder dry down that's very soothing, and there's also like kind of a kind of a lime or something, and the whole of the fragrance kind of gives a vibe like a beach cocktail, uh, maybe like a pina colada without the pineapple. But there's something very beachy about this fragrance. The Also, it's extremely well made. The like ingredients to craft it are delicious. It's just so smooth, because there's a lot of fragrances, especially fresh ones, that there's a lot of alcohol in the scent. Even high-end ones, sometimes there's some harshness, not necessarily like alcohol feel like very cheap fragrances, but it's just there's a harshness about those fragrances, and the top notes are just going everywhere, and it's not super well blended and everything. Virgin Island water is not that kind of fragrance. Virgin Island water is extremely well crafted, very smooth. It is just like from the first spritz, you get like this very nice effervescent, limey quality to the fragrance. You already get like a lot of like the coconut. It's kind of creamy. Also, it is super powdery. Also, the more it dries down, the more you get like that kind of blue powder vibe. Very relaxing, very soothing. Uh, you can drink a margarita on the beach and be very calm with that fragrance. Um, as a matter of fact, I do believe that a lot of Creed fragrances are comforting fragrances, and this one is not an exception to it. It's natural smelling. It is comforting. It's like a hug by the breeze of the summer, So it's and also I think I've tried it once during the summer, like going like swimming, and it stays. So the staying power of that fragrance is through the roof. Like most of the time with fresher fragrances, the staying power isn't that good. You wash yourself and it just disappears. With this one, it kind of sticks around, So it's interesting on that aspect. To me, it's like it's really like a cocktail. You spray it on, and it's kind of like a cocktail, like a good accompaniment to a cocktail, because it doesn't have like this alcoholy smell to it. That, like I said, it's not cheap. It's really well made. It doesn't really smell like exactly like a cocktail because it would be like more alcoholic. This one is more like it's smooth and well blended, and it's a very good accompaniment to any cocktail and to any summer scenery you might want to see. Um, I think that it has that aquatic, also watery feel. I would picture myself like on a boat, like easily with that fragrance too. And who would wear that? I think that this is a fairly unisex fragrance. I kind of see more men leaning towards Virgin Island water, like older guys that really like Creed, because a lot of time, like it's mostly older guys that really like Creed, will go for Virgin Island water. And but it's amazing. Like this fragrance is just amazing, and I think that a lot of women would really enjoy that kind of scent. It's soothing, it's calming, it's fun and relaxed. Um, is it like a is there a moment to wear it? Yeah, on summer vacations. It's not a it is not like a winter banger. It's really a summer one. Uh, for the price, it's you know I think this is the kind of fragrance that you would want to buy. The only situation where you buy that is because you have the means to get it, and you have like a collection of fragrance like maybe per season, and this is your fragrance for the summer or something like that. Because it's Creed prices. It is not cheap. So Creed quality, but also Creed prices. I think that that is why I don't own any Creed fragrances. I think they are uh, extremely expensive and are not exactly necessarily my style. There's other fragrances I prefer to them mostly all the time. But this one is a superb fragrance, and I think that there's good reasons to buy it. It's just that in terms of seasonality, since you pretty much only wear that during the summer, and maybe if you go into like some vacation during the winter, maybe you're that kind of person that always spends a couple of weeks every winter on vacation, which probably means you have the means to buy Virgin Island water or buy some Creed fragrances, because if you do a lot of like traveling for relaxation, probably you have enough money to buy yourself this kind of fragrance. But uh, it is a beautiful fragrance. I cannot say otherwise. Is it very sexy? I don't think so. I think that mostly Creed fragrances, you are not looking for the sex appeal factor, which is a-okay. The fragrances don't have to always be sexy. I like my fragrances sexy. I don't own any Creed anyway, but I mostly like my fragrances to make me feel like I'm sexy and that I have like more sex appeal and stuff like that. But this is a me thing that I'm doing for myself. But I don't think that this is the goal. I think that this fragrance is mostly a well-rounded, soothing and calming fragrance that you wear in moments where you just want to relax and read a book by yourself at the beach, and that is perfect. That I picture myself wearing that fragrance, reading a book by the beach, and I'm like, this would be heaven. So, and we all need to like, especially fragrance collectors, we need fragrances like that. Fragrances that we wear because we want some alone time, some quality alone time. And in the summer, I go to beaches and stuff, and I write. I write poetry, or like I read a book, or I just spend time alone with myself, just looking at the beautiful river or whatever, and the beach and whatever, and I just feel whole, and it's fine like that. And I still wear fragrances at those moments, and I like that those fragrances complement the moment I am in. So that is not like a dart taken at Creed for that. I think that their fragrances are mostly made for different contexts than having like sex appeal and boosting confidence, but this one is so beautifully done. So if you haven't tried it, uh yeah, go and check out Virgin Island Water. I think that go to Creed stores. There's a lot of things, and there are beautiful fragrances out there. There's Aventus, there's this one, there's Millésime Imperial, there's a whole lot of fragrances, and they are a lot of them are really beautifully done, and they are all crafted with the highest level of ingredients there is. So yeah, have a visit and sniff some fragrances and spread love, and also spread love. Bye bye.